Thanks for tuning in. It's Secrets Men Share with Stacie Thompson. And today I have a very special treat for you. Everyone always asks me, who does your hair? So
me, I do her hair.
I decided to bring Hailey Rose right on into the studio. And so you can check her out for yourself. We're going to talk about some of the things that happen here at the salon. We work at Epic Salon Suites, and we are the rock stars, right?
Oh, yeah. No question about that. Absolutely.
So, I don't know about you, Hailey, but in my chair, I just throw that cape around them, and then it just starts flowing. One time I threw a cape around somebody, and then they're like, "Oh my God, yeah, I have to go for colonoscopy," and I'm like, "What does that have to do with your hair right now?" But I guess it's just what he's been going through at the moment and drinking all that horrible liquid and fluid and stuff. So he wanted to share that with me.
He wanted to share his shit.
Exactly. So what about you? Has anybody ever said crazy things or... So do you mainly specialize in women, right?
Yes. Yeah, I typically just do women. Once, I mean, like you said, once you start talking and getting in there and, you know, you're super enthusiastic about whatever their story they're telling, and they just, I mean, we just talk and talk and talk, and one story leads to another story that leads to another story, and you always know, like, these specific clients too. Like, I have a client, I see her every, like, probably 2-3 months, and it's, like, every single time, like, I sit down, or she sits down in my chair, and I'm like, all right, what's new? Like, you know, like, she's always going to have, like, something going on, you know, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but it's, like, it's always something.
There's always
and
something.
you can just tell, like, she's, like, dying to just spill out everything, you know, because...
Oh my gosh, is that me?
No.
That you're describing?
You too.
Kinda sounds like
you
it.
too. But I feel
most of us.
like hairdressers, I mean, you know, unless obviously you do, you know, your mom, you know, their mom, their cousin, their sister, their best friend, you're, you know, one of the only unbiased people that they have to talk to and give, you know, a true opinion, and, you know, sometimes they'll listen, sometimes they don't, but either way, you know, you
so
help them out.
True.
And yeah,
because you're not so connected with them.
exactly. You don't know, like, sometimes the less you know, the better, you know. So yeah,
I think that's you know my whole life story, so I just tell you
yeah, pretty much.
And I feel like I have to fill you in, you know, as our sagas go.
Yep.
But
every 8 weeks.
And I love it. Yeah. I love it. I look forward to hair day. I don't know about everybody else out there, but I look forward to hair day. So obviously I started this podcast to help others discover what goes on in the minds of men, mostly, because that's obviously what I specialize in. Yeah. But it really fits for both women and men.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, what do you think that we're all seeking? Like, what is it? Is it just approval?
I was going to say, like, validation.
Validation.
So, yeah. Some people, I mean, they can say, like, oh, I don't care what anyone else thinks, but, like, deep down inside, like, you do.
You kind of do.
You know? Some people care more than others.
Right.
So, because for me personally, like, I feel like I'm just, like, me. Like, I don't care. Like, I feel like, I mean, maybe deep down inside, but, like, for the most part, I'm like, whatever, like, this is me, take me as I am, or I don't care, you know what I mean? So
I would definitely say that.
Yeah.
You're the same all the time.
Yeah.
I've never seen you in a bad mood.
Yeah.
You are just always you know, joyful and like, hey, what's up? And you don't really stress out about anything.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't stress over things that, like, I can't control, because it's like, what's the point?
How do you do that?
I don't know.
I mean, it sounds logical.
Yeah.
It sounds logical.
I think
and
it's just...
I would like to do that.
Yeah.
But I don't know how... You know, I obviously am a perfectionist, but you are too.
Yeah.
And because you're an artist,
yeah,
you know, the perfection that you see in your mind, like your vision, is there. So, but you are just lighthearted about everything.
Yeah.
I mean, you're married, and you have a daughter, beautiful Rhea, and so that is stressful, trying to juggle the whole career at the same time, and then, and I mean, just having your first child, you want to be perfect at everything. Take the perfect picture, you know, have her in the perfect outfits, and all that kind of stuff, and, but you're so relaxed.
Yeah, I try, I mean, because I feel like, too, like, whatever you portray is, like, or give off is going to reflect, like, on your child. So I feel like all throughout my pregnancy, I was, super cool, calm, collect. Well, when she comes out, most kids are screaming. She's, kind of quietly crying. She's just chilling, like
calm, cool,
yeah,
collect.
calm, cool, collect. So pretty much like me. Yeah. Yeah.
And I think because when you do it that way, even with people, it kind of reflects. I'm a lot more chill when I'm around you. As some other people who might be uptight, I become uptight.
Yeah, I feel like that's natural though. Like you kind of become who you're with, or
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
You're always on time.
Yes, I am very with everything. Like I say, we're meeting for dinner at 6 o'clock. Like I am there no later than 6 o'clock. Like typically 5:55. But some people don't roll like that,
right?
Which is fine. But I can't do it.
Okay. Do you work better under pressure or plan ahead?
Plan ahead.
Okay.
Oh, I've always been that way. Even when I was in school, okay, a project is due August 1st. As soon as I get the project, like I am working on it and I'm checking that off my head, off my list mentally. So that way, I know it's done and I'm not scrambling the last minute to get this project done.
I'm so jelly right now. I'm so jealous because
But some people would be okay with struggling at the end and they wouldn't stress out about it, where I would be stressed out about it. Oh my gosh, I've got 2 days and I've got work, I've got this, I've got that, how am I going to get this done?
So you stress out a little earlier when you first wrap your head around what you have to do.
Yeah.
And then you do it.
And I do it so that way mentally I can just check it off and I know it's done, give me something else. So same with like stuff with the house, like chores and stuff. I typically, unless I'm really tired, I typically can't relax until XYZ is taken care of. Wow. Because it'll be in the back of my head until it gets done.
Sure. Were you ever an athlete?
I did cheerleading.
Okay.
So,
that's a sport.
Yeah,
That's a sport.
Some might say otherwise, but I'd say it is.
But you still had to, did you compete with other cheer teams?
So when I was younger, I did competitive cheer where we would, go to the competitions.
Right.
And then I did Pop Warner.
Okay.
Which is, and then, I did high school cheer, so just more like the football games and basketball games and stuff. So.
Okay, so I was just wondering if that had anything to do with being competitive or.
I don't know.
This is something you're going to
it's just one of those things that.
Into or steer her. I shouldn't say.
Are you talking about cheerleading or being competitive? Cheerleading, yes.
Both, yeah.
Cheerleading, yes. I guess I'll kind of just let her, do her thing, and depending on which way she goes, if she needs a little guidance, I'll give her a little kick,
give her a
little kick under the butt. But I'll just kind of like let her do her thing, and I've been just kind of like that. She's only almost a year now, and I've let her, just kind of do everything at her own pace. Versus other moms I'll see in mom groups. Oh my gosh, my daughter's 6 months and she's not doing this or she's not eating this. I'm like, whatever, she'll be fine. Like, she'll figure it out. Obviously, if it's something detrimental, take her to the doctor, take her to this. But like, she's just perfect.
I love it. She is perfect. She is perfect.
Yeah.
Her name is Rhea.
Yeah.
Like a ray of sunshine.
Yeah. Can't get better than that.
Exactly.
Yep.
And aren't you doing her birthday party?
Yes. Next weekend, the big one. So.
And what's the theme of it?
Barbecue, sweet baby Rhea.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah. So we're excited. Gosh. She won't even remember it, but. From 18 to 21, I was doing the online dating thing, and
well, let's talk about that relationship for a little bit. That one that you had for a long time.
Yes.
And then, so how long was that for?
It was like
a couple years,
3 to 4 years. Yeah, pretty much from the time I was like 14 to 18.
Oh, yeah. Those are very instrumental years.
It was like just one of those typical high school relationships that like he was a couple years older. I knew I shouldn't be with him, but I'm still with him, and I knew though once I graduated and got to that point where it was like that turning point, like I was going to end it and then that was going to be that and I was going to go on my merry way. So that's exactly what I did.
That's how it went down?
Yep, damn right.
Wow.
Yep.
Where is he now? Do you have any idea? Do you care?
Still living with his mother.
No! No, he's not.
28 years old, still living at home. He's got like a baby mama.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So see, there you go.
Yeah, dodged a bullet. That's why I was like, I knew what my future would be like with him, and I didn't want that.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was safe and comfortable.
I mean, it was like a high school relationship. You know, it was just one of those things, and I knew when I turned 18 and whatever graduated that that was going to be done. So I knew there was a light at the
Wow.
end of the tunnel, essentially. So
That is
Yep.
amazing.
Yep.
And so then, yes, you were kind of let out of that.
Yep.
And then, woo! You come
Wild.
butterfly. Yeah.
Wild.
You're like,
Yeah.
woo!
Yeah,
This is
for
a
sure.
whole new world.
For sure. So, yep, did the online dating thing, and
How did that work out?
it was definitely interesting.
And what made you do that? Were you not meeting people naturally?
I was, but I mean,
You're just curious about
like
it?
one of the things like I always talk to my clients about, especially the ones that are single. I'm like, are you dating? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? And it's like most of the time they're online dating because I mean, unless you're not gonna go to Publix and magically
that
meet
fairy
this
tale.
guy in the fruit aisle and magically touch hands on the same apple. And like, I mean, let's be real. Like, typically, you don't go to Publix or the grocery store looking all fancy to
Right.
where you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna meet someone. So
That's right.
I did actually see something online where a lady would get dolled up and like once a week go to Home Depot and try and find men. I was like, that is genius.
That is brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh
Yep.
my gosh.
Yep. So I was like, damn. If I was
Especially ones that can build and like
Seriously,
handyman
yeah,
and
like
stuff like that can do things.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yep. Yep. So I did the online dating thing for a while. I even recently, within the last like couple years or so, one of my best friends is, dated this guy, dated that guy, and I was just sick of the guys she was dating. So I had the idea. I was like, oh my God, let me set you up on Tinder, but I'll be in charge of the profile. So I would set her up with blind dates.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So I put on I put her pictures and everything, and I put in the bio that this is, my bestie, and I'm setting her up. I'm sick of the guys.
Oh, okay. So you were honest.
Exactly.
Right up front.
Exactly. So when I put kind of a list of non-negotiables, and
That's really
yeah.
smart.
So I mean, she met up with a couple guys. One actually, I found out through the grapevine, happened to be married.
Oh.
So that was
Goes to
an
show.
on my part. So yeah, but I mean, I didn't know. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, so she went. She was a good sport about it, and I would set everything up, the logistics of it. Meet at 7:00 at Guanamia, and that
she'd
was
show
that.
up.
And she would show up. She was a good sport about it. So
Wow.
yeah, it was just something that was kind of fun. And
And has there been success?
the
Or-
last guy was, I mean, she made it to like the third date with him, and then she just kind of figured out that wasn't for her.
Right.
So
Is she with someone now?
she is. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
good for
she
her.
is not from Tinder, but she's with someone, and things
Okay.
seem to be going good. So yeah, I just wanted to set her up with guys that were complete opposite of what she had been dating, because clearly what she was dating wasn't working.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So that makes sense.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
I actually one time too set her up with one of my clients. She was telling me, okay, my son, we can't find any girlfriends that are good, and I want this. I was like, oh my gosh. And she's describing her son. I'm like, that sounds like my best friend. I'm like, we should set him up. Sure enough, we set them up. They hit it off. They dated for a couple months, but
my gosh.
ultimately it just like didn't work out. But
right.
yeah,
But at least she's meeting and
exactly.
and
She's
open,
open. Yeah,
to looking at things that she wouldn't find
Typically.
attractive
Yeah.
maybe in
Yeah.
the beginning. Because
Yeah.
what are women really looking for? I mean,
it just depends on the woman.
I know.
Some
That's true.
some are independent. I mean, it really just depends. I think it depends too on like where they're at in their life.
That's true.
Not
That's
necessarily age, but just like where they're at.
Yeah, and what page they're on in their book.
Exactly.
Their personal book.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because some people might just be looking for, someone casual to go to dinner with and this and that. And then others might be, wanting to settle down, have kids.
Right.
And so.
Oh my God, that has to be so confusing
Yeah.
for men.
Yeah. Seriously.
They're probably like,
Yeah.
hey, I dated this
Yeah.
one and she was clingy and sticky, and
Yeah.
then now
Yeah.
you want to do your own thing and
Exactly.
never be together.
I feel like
no wonder they can't figure us out.
men are definitely it's probably confusing for them, especially too. Like I remember I had a friend one time, and she was the type of person that she wanted. Which I mean, let's get real. Like most women want men to chase them, and she really wanted that. And she had broken up with the boyfriend, whatever. And I was like, listen, like just take my advice. Stop texting her, stop blowing her shit up, and she'll come crawling back to you. Sure enough, that's what happened. So I'm very good with kind of playing both sides and seeing both sides of
Right.
things with everything in life. So, especially men, and, men don't know, what one woman wants, another one doesn't.
Right.
And then, they screwed up with that one because they did what they were doing with this one because that worked for them there,
Exactly. Oh,
So,
yeah, no
yeah,
kidding.
yeah. So, yeah, the men are basically screwed
Yes, they are.
because there's no handbook on how to deal with women because everyone's so different.
and even more so now than they've ever been. So, because what I hear so often from the women are talking about they're doing this online dating thing, and they show up, and the man is nothing of what he wrote. Or
like the pictures from like 10 years ago.
Yes, that kind of thing.
Yeah, no. Which I don't understand why they do that, because like clearly you're going to meet up with them and see, you know, you're 200, and, 300 pounds.
Right.
Like, where are you getting at here? Congrats, you got one date.
And why not just hang out and just meet a bunch of different people?
Yeah.
And you know, I don't know. I've never had that problem because I've just always been kind of what we talked about, enthusiastic about like what is going on in someone's life. And I don't really care what they look like or, you know, how much money they have or anything like that. I'm just fascinated by what interests them.
I feel like men, though, that have money think that, oh, because I have money, like I can get whoever I want, I can do it, you know. But like ultimately, no, like that's going to fade, and, you know, it might get you, this hot chick or whatever for a couple months, but then, you know, that's it.
But then you wonder why she keeps wanting more money.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's so true. So I don't know. These poor guys, I feel bad for them. And I have so many of them that are incredible, single.
Yeah.
And then I have a bunch of girlfriends that are the same way, but they're like, set me up with your guys. I'm like, oh, no way.
Yeah.
No way. I know how you've been with these guys.
I feel like there are a lot of I guess we'll say couples or whatever, men and women, you know, these guys will just be overly giving and overly this and overly that. And, you know, the women see that. Like, I can do whatever I want, and, you know, Joe Schmo's still going to be there, you know, giving me money, taking me out. So, you know, that's something they'll have to learn, or they're just going to get used and abused.
Such a good point.
Yeah.
And I agree with you there that men are very anxious, right? Because they're so honest. From what I have, 99% of them are really honest. They have no filter. It gets them in trouble a lot of times and things like that. But they truly are just so simple, and they think that, oh, she's going to like it if I do all this stuff for her.
Yeah.
And then,
but in reality, like, the stuff that they think matters doesn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so.
Oh, but I mean, it just depends on the woman.
On the people.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because then I have a lot of guys that are dogs, you know, and they ghost
Exactly.
them after a while.
Yep.
And that's another thing. The guys will ghost. And I kind of understand why.
Yeah.
Because if she's too needy, too this, too that, too over the top, they're not gonna hurt your feelings and just be like, hey, you're not the one for me.
Exactly.
And like we would.
Yeah.
We can say that a lot easier, I think, as women.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
They won't.
Guys
They'll just
are,
be like,
I feel like,
kind
more
of
time to
slink
ghost.
her away, like, she
which,
won't
like,
even
just
notice.
you know, put your big girl panties on.
Right.
Just, you know, tell them how it is, and that might then in return help them for the future.
Right.
Unless, you know, they don't give a crap. But, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. They are complex creatures.
They certainly are.
Humans in general.
Yeah, women and men.
I know.
Women and men.
I know. And in this world, it's anything goes. So.
Yeah.
Cheers to us, Hailey.
Cheers to that.
We do have the best job in the whole wide world.
We most definitely do. I'm drinking probably 3 glasses of this in, like, what, 15 minutes?
I know.
I'm going to need an Uber.